It's going to be a lot of fireworks today.
It comes into this day with more passing yards than any quarterback in the Big Ten. And goes right to work in the air, double pumps, and finds K.J. Duff. He leads the Big Ten in receiving his first catch. Kaliakmanis, 2 passes in a row, too high that time to bring up third down. And they go to Raymond, and it looks like he's got just enough for the first. Gabe Akis makes the stop, gain of 4, chains move. Antoine Raymond, he was the guy waiting last year for Kyle Monangai to move on to the NFL. He's now with the Bears, and boy, has he looked ready for the chance.
Yeah, great story. Grew up in Canada, came down to the United States toward the end of his high school career, high school in Clearwater, Florida, and then COVID happened. So he showed up at Rutgers early, and he himself has told us he's matured, off to a great start with Rutgers this year.
29 carries last week against Purdue, more usage than any back in the Big Ten last weekend. And his second carry goes nowhere. Illinois front 7 ready for that one, no gain.
And that's what Brett Bielema was talking about right there, the early down defense. If you play well on first and second down on defense and the offense is in longer third down distances, it's harder for them to make it. The issue with Illinois, though, is they're one of the worst third and long defenses in the country as well. So step by step.
We sat down with Brett Bielema yesterday. There's his defensive coordinator, Aaron Henry. First thing Brett said, I'm just glad it's an early kickoff. A lot of anticipation and angst waiting for this one after the loss in Seattle. Second down 10. Kaliakmanis sideline, strong hands catch there right at the 45. Ian Strong didn't play last week. They love having him back.
Strong and Duff, they're big guys.
Kaliakmanis quarterback sneak, and that's the second third down conversion on this initial drive for the Scarlet Knights.
They're like a machine.
Right up the middle, and once again, Illini front 7 ready for that one. Pickup of 2. And even though this is an offense that leads with the pass, Jason, they did lead the Big Ten in rushing attempts last year. They combined for 40 touches last weekend at Purdue. Kaliakmanis swings it out to Raymond. Good cutback. And that's another first down for Rutgers. The first one to him rarely gets him down, Jason. Picks up 8 there. And picking up where they left off so far. Kaliakmanis back to the sideline. Offline that time to Strong. Second down 10. Kaliakmanis again misses high. And this time brings up third down and long. Kaliakmanis needs 10. Looking. 3 incompletions in a row will bring out the punt team. Wanted his tight end, Colin Weber.
He sure did, and a good disguise by Illinois on defense.
They're going to let that play clock go down.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
First flag of the day. Backs him up 5 yards. Greg Schiano said normally his role as a head coach allows him to spend a lot of time with the special teams. They've been so good in that area, Jason, but now spending more time these last couple of weeks with defense for obvious reasons. Not as much time with the offense or special teams as he talked to us this week.
Yeah, I learned a long time ago as a head coach, you have to shed light on the biggest issues on your team, and you have to give those issues attention. Certainly the defense has been the problem for Rutgers so far.
A non-traditional punt formation here, and Anderson gets it away. Beatty calls for the fair catch. He'll let that one go.
Oh, wow. What
and
a play.
Stick it on the 1. Great for the quarterback. Altmeyer on the move. Finds his back, Lawfery. Small gain out to the 4. Gives him a little cushion away from their own end zone.
Yeah, really versatile guy. Very talented. Love to use his legs as well.
Lawfery gets it for a second consecutive time, bring up third down medium. Altmeyer in trouble, just lost that one. Hudson Clement says thank you very much. Big gain out to the 24. I think it's their captain linebacker, DJ Jabome. Had over 100 tackles last year. And they look to him to make it happen as far as disruption in the backfield. He got up, walked off the field, and they tended to his forearm. They put some tape on it. Helmet on, it looks like he is ready to come back. So
They
that
need
would
him.
be good news.
Yeah, they need him.
So Altmeyer to Clement got them out of the shadow of their own end zone. First possession of the afternoon here for Illinois. Lawfery finds the edge, and he's got another first. 3 running backs play here for the Illini, but Lawfery has gotten the most touches here the last couple of weeks. Now he'll try the right side, not as much, but still a good start there on first down. O'Neal makes the tackle after a gain of 6. Altmeyer hands off to Lawfery again. And this time he doesn't make the edge, brought down by Bo Masco. Defensive coordinator Rob Smith said he's really high on how he's playing, but that's a gain of 5. First and 10 for the Illini. Fake to Fagan. Altmeyer, sideline. Boy, that is perfect to the 30-yard line. The protection and the completion to Bowick for 16. Fagan remains the tailback. Fake it to him. First touch for a tight end. And drilled out of bounds is Tanner Arkin. His sidekick Cole Rusk had some issues in practice this week, but was cleared to go. That's a gain of 2.
We had a good visit with Barry Lundy, the offensive coordinator, talking about Luke Altmeyer, and he said Altmeyer wants it all. If we have 65 plays in the game, 45 to 50 of them, he's going to make some kind of decision on. You mentioned an RPO, run pass option. He's going to make the decision to give it or spit the ball out. Run pass checks, a lot of different decisions that he has to make. These guys are simpatico in how they want to run this offense.
You followed up with him and said, is that a little too much decision making at times? We're a guy making a start, number 32. Throws it back, and this is well set up to Arkin. Nice little cutback, and that freed him up to get down inside the 20. Masco eventually made the stop, gain of 11. Now the 10th play of the drive. Lawfery back in, fake it to him. Look at that time. To the end zone, too much. Wanted Bowick. Masco had the tight coverage.
Yeah, good coverage by Masco. They're playing man-to-man coverage. The issue is they're not getting close to the quarterback.
Back to the air. Finds his second receiver. Good catch there. And that's their top man, Hank Beatty. Averages 6 catches per game. His first today gets him 11.
Yeah.
The big back at 250 pounds, Caden Fagan, behind Altmeyer. Fake to him. Boy, he's open. He gets it. Touchdown, Illinois. David Alano in the midst of an excellent season for the extra points, and he makes it 7-0 Illinois. It has been a while since they had a drive that long. In fact, it's been over a decade. 12 years since they did it against Cincinnati, and Brett Bielema's group this time, Jace, made it look pretty easy.
Altmeyer in complete control. Not good news for Schiano and the Scarlet Knights.
Watch out for the corner blitz. Got it off in time and skipped it out there to DT Sheffield. But both Kaliak-Manis and Shiraka talked to us this week, Jason, about their working relationships that's developed the last 4 years.
You know, it's one of the most important relationships on a football team, the quarterback and the offensive coordinator, play caller, and those guys getting on the same page. You know, in the beginning of the season, each week as you game plan, and then certainly on game day. And these guys have, Shiraka has known Kaliak-Manis since he was 16 years old, so they've been through a lot together, and they're certainly on the same page, and it shows up on Saturday afternoons.
See if he gets him a completion here down the sideline to Strong. Boy, he hung on. Second time Rutgers has been inside of Illinois territory. Jay Sean Benjamin, little hesitation cost him there, and he got 1.
You know, we talked about the size of the Rutgers receivers outside. KJ Duff 6'6", Ian Strong 6'3". The other part to this equation is the DBs at Illinois. Torrey Cox is 5'9". Juice Clark 6'1", but slight, 175. So there's a physical advantage that Rutgers has. So when Kaliak-Manis sees those guys out there by themselves, he's going to work them. Got
Duff to his left, Strong to his right here on second down. Well protected, checks it down to his tight end, Colin Weber. No Kenny Fletcher at tight end because of injury today. They get 5. Brett Bielema told us yesterday they get inside the 50. It's 4 down. Here on third, diving effort there, and KJ Duff comes up with it. Excellent catch for the first. Tailback now, Jay Sean Benjamin is checked in. First down and 10 on the Illinois 29. Four-man rush. Takes a shot up top. Got a man. In and out of his hands. Duff had a shot. Juice Clark with the coverage. Kaliakmanis back to work. That time on time and also on target to Sheffield. Not a first. Couple of yards short. Sheffield gives them something that they don't have with Duff and Strong, and that is quickness and explosion from inside.
He certainly does. You got the big targets outside that you're going to use both on underneath throws and when you want to throw it down the field, but then you got this shifty guy inside. Dynamic player, great change of direction. He just is elusive in there. Another target for Kaliakmanis.
Third down was Illinois' biggest issue in Seattle last week, and Rutgers already has converted 3 out of 4. And not that time. Samuel Brown, couple yards short, and we'll see what the Scarlet Knights do.
Yeah, definitely 4 down territory for Schiano there. That's why they run it on third, and they're going to get back up on the ball here. It looks like it's a full 1 for them. It's the end of the quarter, so Schiano and Kaliakmanis are going to get a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, plenty of time to talk about what they'll do on 4th down and a long 1. And the biggest play of the day so far in the early going for the Rutgers offense, facing 4th down and 1 to start this second quarter and down 7.
Not all ones are the same. This is a long 1. I do think the run game is still viable, but it's a heavy box by Illinois.
To pass, Kaliakmanis on the slant, going down to get it. Yes, for the first down. KJ Duff gets 6. Boy, nice catch there. Kaliakmanis now had it knocked down. On the blitz, getting in there was James Kreutz, starting today for the injured Rosiak.
Illinois fans pretty happy.
James had 12 tackles last year at Rutgers and just made that play. To the air again. Incomplete. Third down. Aaron Henry, defensive coordinator, told us yesterday he wished he would have blitzed Damon Williams more last week on third down. See if they come after him here. 3rd and 10. They only bring 4 with time. Completes. Got just inside the 10-yard line. Kreutz once again there to make the play. Gain of 6 and another 4th down.
Like the call by Henry, the defensive coordinator of Illinois. You show pressure. You've played a lot of man-to-man coverage. They've seen it a lot in the down. So you show it, you drop out, and you're forced to check down. A good decision by Kaliakmanis, but now this Illinois defense off the field. It's a big stop for them.
Rutgers kicker Jay Patel, big at the end of the game against Purdue, hit a pair of field goals inside the final 2 minutes. 1 to tie, then a 30-yarder as the final seconds ticked off to win. This from 26 to get Rutgers on the board. So Rutgers responds to that 99-yard touchdown drive with a nice drive of their own. Patel's field goal makes it 7-3 early second quarter. Illinois looking to snap a 2-game losing streak, up 7-3 early in this second against Rutgers.
Paul, how much fun has it been walking around this Illinois campus?
Beautiful time to be here for sure. Altmyer off to a nice start. Plenty of time, flips it out wide. Fagan had the touchdown and this time gets 8. So it's been following up the really good seasons that's been difficult here in Illinois, going all the way back to the early 1900s. They get 10 wins, but they've never come back with another double-digit win season. And that's still out there for the taking for Brett Bielema's group. Boy, Fagan has been a featured part here. Gets the catch, and then now the run for the first down. He picks up 6.
Make no mistake about it here, Paul. Brett Bielema has done a fantastic job here. A little disappointing right now for them. The expectations were higher. They were number 9 in the country earlier on in the season. Dropped down after a couple losses, but he's done a fantastic job reestablishing this program.
Fake it to Fagan this time. Pressure in his face. Escapes. Throws to the sideline, and that's incomplete. Thinking about Brett Bielema and the expectations and what's coming up here in Illinois, let's go down to Zora.
Well, Paul, in all the Illinois team meetings this week, the message was the same. Losing is unacceptable. Coach Bielema said it took forever to change the mindset and culture around here, so he really stressed how important it is. He said he didn't want anyone to feel settled losing 2 in a row.
He said that to us a bunch there. Zora really stressed that theme in the meeting with the Leadership Council right when they got back from Seattle. It's not okay to lose 2 in a row, and that's what they're facing here. 2nd down and 10. Altmeyer against the blitz goes down. Eric O'Neill leads the Scarlet Knights in tackles for loss. Loss of 7 there. Got to get out just beyond the 50-yard line. Altmeyer steps up, keeps it himself, and he'll get there. Brett Bielema said yesterday if he can get a couple first downs with his feet, we love it. It's got to feel extra good on that Illinois sideline. Remember, Damon Williams got him on 3rd and 18 last week for a run like that. Altmeyer got 25. Valentine tries the edge. Flag comes out. 2 flags fly. DJ Jabome back in after missing a little bit of a time with an injury earlier. And we'll check in on that flag.
Holding. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Altmeyer steps up. Just got that one away. Pass rush getting to Altmeyer on this drive. Zaire Angoy was in that time.
Yeah, good pressure by that Rutgers defensive front, and that's certainly going to help you on the back end.
Altmeyer didn't feel much pressure at all, Jason, on that 99-yard drive, but that hasn't been the case here. Quickly out of his hands, batted in the air, and picked off. Rutgers with the deflection by O'Neill, and the interception by Farrell Nago. 1st and 10 on the Illinois 46, Jay-Sean Benjamin. The backup to Antoine Raymond picks up 3 on 1st down.
Yeah, a lot of conversation about the receivers at Rutgers, and rightfully so, but they got good runners. We saw Raymond earlier, and when they bring this guy in, Jay-Sean Benjamin, he gives them a spark. Both these guys natural runners and physical at the end of the down. You can see why Shiraka likes to try to maintain balance. These guys can make some plays.
And Jason, let's see if they get back to a little more balance right now for Greg Schiano, because Kaliakmanis has thrown it 17 times. Backs have only carried it 5. Second down 7. There's the run game. Benjamin gets a few right up the middle. Sets up 3rd down and 3. Their top tackler, Matthew Bailey, with the stop. They've converted 3 out of 6 times today so far on 3rd down. Here comes the blitz. They run right into it, and Matthew Bailey is there. Came in from about 10 yards out and threw him for a loss of 1. There he is. Steps up. 1st down. Excellent job there by Kaliakmanis to find Duff. Rutgers trying to take advantage of the turnover. They intercepted Luke Altmeyer to end the last drive. Up the middle. Good hole for Benjamin. Up to the 26. Scott makes the tackle.
Both these teams veteran offensive lines. 5 seniors on this offensive line for Rutgers, knocking them back in the run game.
Well, they come right back to it. Benjamin, not as much room that time, but just enough for another 1st down, and all of a sudden this Rutgers offense starting to click along.
Yeah, we touched on it earlier. when Rutgers was on defense. I mean, both teams moving the ball, so it's going to come down to, hey, can you create a takeaway like Rutgers just did? Can you get off the field on third down? Can you force them to kick a field goal? The offense has been effective, both running it and throwing it. Comes down to that dreaded situational football that makes a difference every week.
And they're comfortable in this spot. Jason down by 10 a couple of different times at Purdue last weekend. Came from behind to win in the fourth quarter. Three runs in a row. That time Bailey up to bring him down. The low tackle near the line of scrimmage. Gain of only 1.
You know, typically in these situations, offenses sometimes can allow the defense to dictate to them. They play a coverage look, that invites a run by the offense. They load up the box, that invites a pass. In this situation, you can tell Shiraka, the offensive coordinator at Rutgers, determined to get this run game going. A lot of people around the line of scrimmage, they ran it anyway. That's what the best run teams are able to do.
Yeah, stay committed to it. And they've been a little better about it here on this drive. This time the tailback is Benjamin. Second down 9. Pass. Sideline. Oh, you don't see that very often. KJ Duff, top receiver in the Big Ten, just dropped it.
I would anticipate they are in this situation. Looking like coverage from Illinois. Don't be surprised by a run in this situation.
Play clock down to 2.
Or maybe a timeout.
You saw that one coming there. Timeout called.
Charge timeout. Rutgers, their second. This is a full
Scarlet
timeout.
Knights will consider what to do on third down, and we're back to Champaign right after this. You see what they've done on third down, but more recently they're just 1 for their last 5. Just had a look at Kurt Shiraka, the offensive coordinator in the booth. See what he dials up here on 3rd and 9.
Illinois going to play coverage here. You got to find the single receiver.
Galiak-Manis, 4-man rush, looking, crosser. Boy, he had him just too short there for Duff. So Jay Patel comes on, kicked his field goal earlier here in this quarter from 26 yards out, this one from 40. Just 1 for 3 this year in the range from 40 to 49. That one, though, is right down the middle. It's been a popular topic of conversation all weekend here in Champaign.
I need lessons from Zora. I don't have any range anymore.
Aiden Lawfery stood up by that Rutgers defense for no gain.
And he's only been coaching for 37 years. Yeah, he is all in. Obviously done an amazing job at Rutgers. Second stint there. And, you know, when you lose for a month, it can be challenging. And it was a nail biter. They figured it out at the end, and those emotions came pouring out.
Only Illinois' 3rd possession of this game. Floats one to the sideline. Late flag comes in.
Holding, defense, number 7, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Altmyer keeps it himself, had big success earlier, and there he goes. Luke Altmeyer. Second big run he's had here in this half. That one for 36. Longest play for both teams so far. Aiden Lawfery up to the 25-yard line. And Goy with the stop. So Luke Altmeyer, first half of the season, didn't have a single interception. Did an amazing job at taking care of the ball. But there you see the last 4 games with 4. The 2 ex-quarterbacks in the booth want to point out that 3 of those were tipped passes. But a pick is a pick.
It sure is.
Off the play action. Well, that's a nice pocket to the end zone. Knocked down by Cam Miller. Defensive coordinator Rob Smith was an analyst at Penn State last year. Got to know Miller very well and talked to us this week about how happy he is to join with him in Piscataway. Let's see if it works again. Plenty of room for Altmeyer this time. He is having himself a day running the ball. Sanders eventually pushed him out. Altmeyer gets 12. First and goal, Aiden Lawfery behind him. Or the end around to Dixon. Not much there. Cam Miller makes another play.
I just like what Barry Lunny, the offensive coordinator for Illinois, is doing right now. They're just mixing things up. The quarterback run, the fly sweep. They're trying to throw the ball down the field. It just becomes hard on this Rutgers defense. The key for Rutgers here, see if you can get a stop. The key to that is making sure you're fundamentally sound. They've done a poor job throughout this season, just giving up easy plays, not handling motion well, not communicating well, and giving free receivers. They have to make Illinois earn it in this situation.
And a lot of those big plays, Jason, have come on the edge like they said they would test yesterday. Altmeyer, knocked down. Second time that's happened today. Abram Wright, the outside linebacker, got a hand on.
Yeah, the batted ball has been the difference. It was a walk-in touchdown on the corner route. This is Wright up in Altmyer's face. Excellent job using the left hand. If you're a righty quarterback, get the left hand up on defense. Dixon going to the corner. He had him. Got lucky there.
Altmeyer started 8 out of 9 since he's 0 for 5 with an interception. Now looking at 3rd and goal. To pass. Here comes a blitz. Swings it out. Beatty. Good tackle there at the 4-yard line. Kaj Sanders, the safety. Now it's decision time.
Excellent play. Man-to-man with pressure. Spit it out. Sanders makes the tackle. I think this is going to be 4-down territory for Brett Bielema. They get it to the 3-yard line. I came into the game thinking that both sides were going to be going for it and a lot on 4th downs. A lower scoring game than we've anticipated. Bielema still wants to cash it in.
Luke Altmyer's had a lot of success running the ball today. This is 4th and goal. Caden Fagan going to take the snap. Hands it to Altmeyer.
Look at
Keeps
this.
it. Touchdown, Illinois.
Illinois cashing it in.
I think Andy Reid might like that play.
Oh, yeah, it's going in. Trust me.
Might see that one.
You'll see it against Buffalo tomorrow. I go back to Barry Lunny, the offensive coordinator. When you're in that kind of lull, let's do different things. The quarterback runs. We saw a draw. We saw a quarterback crack. And obviously the 4th down play reaching into the bag of tricks. So somehow, some way, you find a little bit of an answer. The versatility of Altmyer showing up there.
Fair catch. Called by Ben Black. All right, Kaliak Manis, 39th start. See what he can do. Boy, pressure got to him. Tried to get it out to his back, Raymond. 1:58 left, 2 timeouts left for Rutgers. Jason, they're down 6. You got a quarterback in his 39th start. You let him go?
Absolutely, you let him go. This is a lifetime here for them. Take your time. Run your most effective plays.
Gets rid of it quickly. There's Duff, his top receiver, out to the 35. Just enough for a first.
Yeah, Greg Schiano didn't come out here to Champaign-Urbana to lay up here. So in this situation, you got to try to take advantage of it. And again, it's a mix of plays. You can still run it. You got a lifetime.
Back to the pass. Quickly out of his hands again. That time he missed. Been an issue missing highs so far. Too much for Strong to bring up 2nd down.
We've certainly seen some variety in coverage by Illinois, and really what they're trying to do is they play single high man-to-man coverage or single high zone, and then they just want to mix it. Okay, they don't want to do too many things, but they just want to do the opposite thing. And a couple times in this first half, Kaliak Manis hasn't seen it till late, and it's got him out of rhythm.
Yeah, he's dropped below 50% for the afternoon. 11 out of 23. Now here comes a blitz, and they got there. Gabe Akis from the backside. 3rd down, Rutgers needs 17. Kaliak Manis drives it. Duff with work to do, won't get there. Made it out to the 35.
Good. They played a 2-deep look, but they played man-to-man underneath it, and there was a softness to it. Forcing the underneath throw, you rally and tackle, and now you get a chance to get this ball back. It'll be plenty of time for Luke Altmyer coming back the other way.
Well, we were halfway through the 2nd quarter, and he only had 2 possessions. Now Altmyer's going to get it back after a big touchdown run. No timeouts left, but just like with Kaliak-Manis, you've got a quarterback in his 5th year with a lot of experience. They will let him do his thing.
Yeah, the biggest issue for both these defenses has been explosive plays. So there haven't been great defensive performances so far, but the reason they've kept the score down is they haven't given up those huge plays that both have been guilty of the last few weeks. When you force the offense to drive it, hey, maybe they have longer drives, maybe they cash it in at the end, but you limit their opportunities. Good job by both Illinois and Rutgers in those categories, and now Altmyer is going to get one more chance.
See if Hank Beatty gets a chance here. One of the best punt return men in the Big Ten. Standing on his own 18.
Blocked it.
Oh, he got it off low. They forced a low line drive to the left. Anderson was lucky that wasn't blocked. No timeouts. Steps up over the middle. Well done. Hudson Clements reaches out to the 46. Clock will stop temporarily until the change set. Picks up 16.
Really good feel in the pocket. Climbing up in there, attracting the linebacker and throwing the in cut in behind him.
Altmyer. Second option. One-handed attempt. And Cole Rusk didn't quite hang on. First time they've gone to him. Clock stops, 1:09 left. Altmyer 10 out of 17 quickly. Dixon picks up a block. That sprung him. Colin Dixon to the 25. Altmyer, this has been good for him. Cross the 20. Out of bounds at the 12. Clock stops. They're thinking touchdown if it comes to a field goal. Milano's made 12 consecutive. Altmyer, blitz coming. Off the back foot, incomplete to Dixon. Clock stops with 44 seconds left. 2nd and 10. They've yet to stop Altmyer and the quarterback keep this quarter also. To the air, quickly, contact, no flag. 3 wideouts to his left here on 3rd and 10. Looking middle, bouncing, lays it off. Fagan got close, got slung out of bounds.
But he did make a first down, so they're inside of 1. I love the decision. Love the decision by Altmyer coming down and finding Fagan. 255 pounds, plucking the ball like that. 33 seconds to go. They're inside the 1. They have no timeouts. Running the ball is viable here, but you better love the run because the logistics of it afterwards, you're going to have to be quick.
You'd probably have to have a second play called to get right back
No
up there.
doubt, no doubt. And I think run-pass option is big. If they're really loaded up, you can spit the ball out and throw it.
Got the 250-pound back behind him in Caden Fagan, already with 1 touchdown today. Altmyer.
Got him.
End zone. Wow, is Hank Beatty open. Touchdown, Illinois.
Beatty wide open in the flat for the touch.
Jason, you like your quarterback to respond after throwing an interception. Extra point is up and in. It's exactly what Altmyer has done. Rutgers will start on the 25. The Kaliak-Manis, no timeouts left. Escapes Akis to the sideline. Bring up 2nd down 10. Raymond. Krutz right there as he cut it back. Getting the start.
Kaliak-Manis in this passing game down a little bit as we see the injury. Looks like it's Felter, the left guard, is down.
It's into the first half.
It's Felter in his 53rd career game next to Zelinskas at center. He is their top offensive lineman, and he is still down on the 23-yard line. They had a tough time slowing down the Illinois offense at the end of that 2nd quarter. Aiden Lawfery gets the first carry. Rutgers good on the edge there. Up and walking off under his own power. That's good to see. First pass of this third quarter, right on the money to his favorite target. There goes Hank Beatty. Fake to Lawfrey. Finally chased out. And Altmeyer just gets rid of that one to bring up second down.
There's so much good stuff that Rutgers can build off of.
There's a good start there. Altmeyer, clean pocket, and a shot across the middle to Bowick. First down, Illinois. Picked up 17. Fagan comes back on first down and picks up 5. First time we've seen that formation. And Lawfrey makes it inside the 25-yard line, brings up 3rd and short. Converted 5 out of 6 times. End around, this is going to be short of the 20, but enough for another pickup on 3rd down. 1st and 10 from the 20. Altmeyer to the end zone. What a catch! Hudson Clement for 6. Alano makes it 28-6. Since that interception, 8 out of 14, a lot of big runs. Has put it together well here against the defense that's given up more yards than any in the Big Ten. Down 28-6. Kaliak Manis had plenty of time, couldn't find anybody open. Left guard Brian Felter was injured at the end of the second quarter, but he is back in there now. Good catch there at the 30-yard line by Ian Strong. 4-man rush, Kaliak Manis goes down. Much cleaner that time. And no chance for Beatty, but it'll be good field position for the Fighting Illini. Khalil Valentine's had a quiet day so far. Strong finish there across the 40-yard line. Valentine again skipping up past the 45-yard line, just enough for a first down. Named the successor, Hank Beatty, faked the throw, keeps it himself. Another well-designed, non-traditional play there by Barry Lunny that involves number 80. Picks up 10. And then Brett hired him to be his defensive coordinator at Arkansas. So a 25-plus-year relationship for the head coach at Illinois and defensive coordinator at Rutgers.
Well, let's go back even further than that. How about like a... Uh-oh, got a little fisticuffs here after the down.
Man, what a teammate. Walk on to starter to captain. Khalil Valentine, big hit there as he crossed the 40. Empty backfield now for Altmeyer, 3rd and 5. Valentine joined him. He gets the end around. And a nice tackle out there on the edge. Maybe the early start, no flag. Altmeyer, there's the flag. Oh, he tucked it in there to Clement.
There are 2 fouls on the defense. Offside, defense number 90. That penalty's declined. Pass interference, defense number 7. That penalty's declined. The results of the play, first down.
He had a streak of 5 misses in a row. Valentine streaks inside the 10. Valentine into a pile there, not much to bring up 3rd and short. Altmeyer sets up, end zone. And that was an almost to his tight end. Oh, he got him again. Free play. Altmeyer, end zone, touchdown. Colin Dixon. Luke Altmeyer having his way with the Scarlet Knights. Extra point is good from Alano. Rutgers offense will begin on the 25. Antoine Raymond. And a nice finish there up to the 34-yard line. And second down pass over the middle. Maybe their best connection yet to Duff down to the 45.
Making it hard on Kaliak Manis.
Keeps it himself. Not fooled. James Kreutz making the start without Dylan Rosiak. Loss of 2. Second down 12. Kaliak Manis takes a shot down the sideline. Oh, it was right there. Incomplete. Torrey Cox got in there late. Chance here on third down and 12. Oh, they go to the run game. And Raymond makes it down to the 42. There's the four-man rush. Kaliak Manis. Sideline way too high for Ben Black. Turnover on downs. Fagan starts out this drive using those 250 pounds. Jabome makes the tackle. Illinois anxious to get back out on the field this week after back-to-back losses to Ohio State and Washington. Through three quarters so far, so good.
Look at all this. Over 250 dads on the field at halftime. Mom's Day at Illinois is in the spring.
Great tag there, Zora. Awesome pictures there for Dad's Day. Almost an awesome catch by Hudson Clement. 3rd and 6. Altmeyer bouncing and converting. Hudson Clement. Ball came out late, but I think they gave him the completion. Fagan. Well, whistles blew just as he started that cut to the left side.
We're having a lengthy discussion about it.
The ruling on the field is upheld. It is a completed pass. Charge timeout for Rutgers. His first of the half. And they may not challenge for the remainder of the game.
Fagan been a big part of the second half here and wrapped up early. Gets as much as he can. Pitch on 2nd and 7. Khalil Valentine. Nice cutback. And now they're just happy to let this clock tick up 35-6.
To give them that lead going into halftime, change the momentum.
6 carries for 86 yards, make it 7. He hit from the backside that time, held on. Bo Masco, the safety there. 3rd down, Valentine, no chance. Strong D on the edge, Bo Masco there once again. Oh, and he failed to draw that one back in. Had made 12 consecutive field goals before that miss. Lays it off underneath. Colin Weber, the tight end, just across the 35-yard line.
How much his culture has been established there and how his players are responding to that and how they play down the stretch here, down 29.
Not much there for Raymond to bring up 3rd down. And Kaliak Manis on target that time. Ben Black, his first catch here today. 0 for 2 converting 3rd downs in this half. They only need 1 here. And they're not going to get it. To the pass.
Got him.
Oh, that was almost a big play. They moved the chains. KJ Duff couldn't keep his feet. Jay-Sean Benjamin. Little crease off that right side, but a nice low tackle there by Miles Scott. Want those guys on your side. Right back to it. And some forward lean at the end gets him close. He's continued that pipeline. Double pump to the end zone. Incomplete in the back there. And a late flag.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 6. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Fake to him. End zone. Touchdown Duff.
We've seen this from the other side from Illinois. When you're playing man-to-man down in the red zone, these pick routes, these rub routes come alive. So the inside receiver, Sheffield, picking for the outside receiver, Duff. Good throw by Kaliak Manis, put it on that front shoulder. Too little, too late. But this is the kind of play, this is the kind of drive. This is how you want to finish the game, build a little momentum going into next week.
Duff coming into Champaign, the #1 receiver in terms of receiving yards in the Big Ten. 9 catches for 93 today. And the 1 touchdown followed up by an extra point to make it 35-13. Trying to forget. Let's see if they go onside here. A little pooch kick. And the Fighting Illini begin on the 29. Caden Fagan. Not a lot of room there. Abram Wright with the stop. Caden Fagan has not found much running room, but they are keeping the clock moving. And at 2:55, he's moving the pile as well.
All of a sudden, it's a different complexion to this entire season.
Fagan going to kick it outside this time. Good tackle in the backfield. Hands off to Valentine. Approaching the 2-minute timeout here. Valentine. Just nothing up the middle or to the outside. Bo Masco was there to greet him. Punt is away. DT Sheffield. Bearcats just inside the 15. Kaliak Manis. Sideline knocked away. And Rutgers only 3 out of 12 today. I know this is second down, but Fighting Illini, big step in the right direction there. Kaliak Manis dives out near the 20 to bring up their most recent third down. And Kaliak Manis, see if he can convert here. Puts it right on strong, which means we get to talk about the Illinois defense. So Kaliak Manis, couple completions in a row here. Rutgers scored on their last drive, trying to get some late momentum here just inside of Illinois territory. Finds Jay Sean Benjamin, picks up 6. To the sideline this time and out of bounds. Benjamin, a little bit of room on the edge. Kaliak Manis just trying to pick somebody out here and goes down near the 30.
But when you're trying to put a program together, are they carrying the message? Do they believe in the same things? Do they value the same things? When you evaluate a player.
Illinois defense has done a nice job against Raymond. They're going to get backed up here 5.
False start. Offense, number 18, 5-yard penalty, first down. The penalty includes the option of a 10-second runoff.
Kaliak Manis is thrown for 232. Add a little bit onto that. Good move at the end there. And Rutgers trying to make it back-to-back touchdown drives, and that's way out of bounds. Inside the 5, down to the 3, first down. Looking, keeping, and he goes down at the 2. Kaliak Manis, one more shot, knocked away.
One more tick.
Well, we got 1 second left.
Fade to the top of your screen.
He's looking that way. There's the fade. Knockdown.